feel like Preston's red flag is that he's a twink.
Twink cell, baby.
Twinks are evil. Twinks are evil.
I am mean inside.
Welcome to Gen Z Talking. We're here to take a lighthearted look at Gen Z. My name is Ryan Palmer.
And I'm Preston Canman. You can find Ryan and I on the Orlando comedy scene.
The 6 Gen Z cast you will meet today, they wrote the pilot episode and this episode. I'm the Soul Millennial on today's show. Guys, what's something you like that people think is cringe?
I like anime, and a lot of people think it's cringe, but it takes a high IQ to understand anime, so I really don't expect everyone to get it.
Rick and Morty does not count as an anime, Liv.
Oh,
You should write them in your death note.
You know, right? You make death note anything bad about anime. No.
Just because it's popular doesn't make it cool.
Like drugs.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
She hates British people and hates drugs. Interesting.
Speaking of British people, I think British people are great. You know, we've been having a lot of British slander on this show, which I really don't agree with. Shane, you've been saying some really out-of-pocket things about British
Yeah, I hate British people. We got the clip. We got the clip.
Great.
Let's show it. Let's roll the clip.
British people suck. I really hate British people. They always be
British.
yapping about eggs and beans on toast, and they're like, "Can I have a bowl of water?" I believe in ghosts because British people be so pale.
Oh my God, Liv.
Honestly, British people, like, what is their deal? Like, they talk funny, and their teeth are bad, and their food is weird, and, yeah, that's like 3
What do
things.
they talk like?
They're like, "Oi, bro, oi!" We at Gen Z Talking, we love British people.
Nah, don't watch this show.
And if you're British and you're watching this, I love you!
I guess, like, Drake. I mean, I don't know. I think Drake is pretty popular. Apparently it is cringe to a couple people in here. But,
Just the people who don't like pedophiles, I guess.
What's
Yeah.
something nobody can look cool doing?
Oh, like, petting an animal, I feel like for some guys, it just looks, like, gross. Like,
What?
do
Hell,
that?
you
Like,
No,
maybe
because
petting
you
a
can pet like
cat.
a dog, and that's rad.
I like the action of petting the cat, but you look kind of like dumb. Like you look dumb and awkward, especially when like you like bend over and like you stick your butt cheeks out. Like I don't want to see that.
any sort of safety gear is stupid looking.
Imagine being safe.
Like the yellow vest.
Goggles, the neon vest.
Ugh. Just get hit by a car.
Honestly.
Guys, are situationships even really a thing?
Hell no. That's just some shit people say to cope with the fact that people don't love it.
It is because it has a definition.
They have become the
No.
thing in this generation.
What's the definition?
Like when Ryan said situationships, everybody knew what he was referring to.
Okay, what is it then? Tell me.
It's like the stage that nobody really knows what to call. Like it's like
You're either together or you're not.
Nah,
Like, I don't think
basically.
okay. I'm
Are
not
they
saying
together?
I'm
Are you
not
together?
saying
Yes or
that
no?
I
Do
agree
they
with
love you? Yes or no?
That's right. It's friends with benefits plus delusion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Preston. Thank you. It's just for people
Right,
who are
but no, I think
delusional.
that's
I
Who want to
think
think
it's
that people care about them more than they actually do.
Shane, you look like you're ready to be rad.
I'm so ready. Put like a bunch of explosions on the screen. Gunshot.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No presentation.
All right.
Yeah.
It's become throughout this show. It's become so clear how you guys are rad.
Damn.
You guys are not rad, and me being an expert, I was like, I'm gonna take this opportunity to teach you guys how to be rad. The technical definition, when I looked it up on Google, said very appealing, cool, or good, which is not helpful. Burn! The expert opinion from my roommate is when awesome and cool just aren't enough to describe something. When it's so amazing, you don't have the words to describe it. That's rad. So let's look at some other words that you could use in place of to kind of get the feeling and the vibe. Because rad is a vibe. Totally awesome, sick nasty, absolutely bonkers, cool as hell. Boom, right? These are all things that are rad. These are rad ways to get there. And now we're gonna have some examples. So I'm gonna give you items, traits, things that make you rad. Energy drinks, right? If you see someone cracking an energy drink, that's rad.
No, it's not.
Skateboards, cuffed jeans,
Oh,
rad.
this is
Flat bill hats.
What?
The ones from like the 2000s that they wore on Ridiculousness.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
You're 1 for 4 right
Crunchwrap
now.
Supreme.
Okay.
Dude, that's really rad.
Yeah.
Have a catchphrase. All the raddest people have catchphrases.
Cut
Opposing
it
systems, feminism, smoldering sensibility, a complete lack of self-awareness. These are the things you need to be rad.
Shane, I agree with you putting feminist.
I also agree.
I agree
I
with
tried to
putting
slip it in,
feminist.
just like
I'm glad he shouted out the women.
Let's talk about some people. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They're not people, they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my, Shane, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have a catchphrase.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
Exactly.
They do.
They are rad as
Turtle
hell,
power.
and they use skateboards and probably have energy drinks. Tony Hawk, right? The skateboard king.
Okay.
Bart Simpson. Eat my shorts.
Don't have a cow, man.
Don't have a cow. Billie Eilish. And I think actually the raddest person on this list is Billie Eilish. Danny DeVito. And then a whole bunch of others, such as
Your Friends
Your
on
Friends on
Dad.
Dad, Shadow the Hedgehog, Uncle Rad from Bluey, Solid Snake, Michelle Obama, underlined because she's the second raddest, and Crash Bandicoot.
Good
These are
job.
things that are not rad, things that you don't want to be. Patriarchy, a bigot, theater kids, beat straight edge, sandals, and anything British.
Yay!
Any questions?
You didn't tell me
So
how
I
to be rad.
Yeah, you told us what
How
not
do
to
you
do.
do
Because here's the thing, rad is kind of being, it's a list
So
of
we just
people.
have to copy these people. We have
Well,
to-
not copy, because you know what the raddest thing you could do is?
Be
Be
yourself.
yourself.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's-
But if you want to add in some like sick flips or like do it like just fashion energy drinks, that's fine. Another rad thing you can do is get everyone else to do the work for you. So I'm just gonna give you scenarios and you all have to tell me how you're rad. You're being broken up with in a public restaurant where everyone heard. How do you save face and make everyone think you're rad?
Do a backflip.
Well, you can't just, so you're sitting at the thing, do a backflip, and then just are done?
Yeah.
Yeah, rad.
Catchphrases work, right?
Yeah.
I'd say, check, please.
You told everyone that you can skateboard when you actually can't, and now you're at the skate park. And that's how do you be rad?
You fucking nail it.
Ooh, I got one.
First try.
I got one. I'm gonna shit my pants.
I believe this is our last one. You got rejected by a hottie at the bar, and all your buds saw. How do you convince them you're still rad?
Oh, it was a joke. You're ugly anyways. It was just a prank.
I think that is going against feminism, actually.
Yeah, dog. That's not cool, bro.
You are
Hell no.
not-
I
that
never
is
do
not
that.
rad.
I tell my friends that like, I'd be honest because I think honesty is the best policy. I'd say that she wasn't really interested, and I couldn't help but respect her feelings as a woman.
You probably won the game. And then put like a bunch more explosions.
Alright, guys, name each other's red flags. Go.
I think Connell not supporting women's rights is a pretty big red flag.
Yeah,
as, a
that's
as a feminist myself, I gotta say, huge red flag, man. I could never though. I could never personally.
Sage, I don't see you listening to Mitski.
He's got you there.
I think this is a red flag. Like both of you guys. Almost
Everything
feminism.
both
It's
of you
almost
said.
worse.
I think Shane still talking to his ex is a huge red flag.
Mega red flag, the reddest flag.
Are you like friends with all your exes?
Just the ones who don't have a restraining order.
Yeah, so none of us are
I feel like Preston's red flag is that he's a twink.
Twink cell, baby.
Twinks are evil. Twinks are evil.
I am mean inside.
Moving on.
Listen, he has-
Besides liking Drake, what's your most petty deal breaker?
I'm gonna be for real. When he's bald, like when I think about like maybe if we have kids, the kids are gonna be bald.
No, baby, that's not how it works.
What are some misconceptions you had about dating when you were younger?
The girls would go for nice guys when they were supposed to. That's just the truth, you know. But I try my hardest anyways. Just being a nice, simple guy out in this cool world. I just hope one day, you know, a nice, lovely girl take a chance on a single, lonely, nice, loving man like me.
He's practiced this. He practiced this speech.
Maria, did you have any misconceptions?
You got it.
Like that you go on dates?
You got it.
There's still misconceptions.
It's just simple.
I thought people dated more in general. I don't.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
What's the worst date any of you have been on?
I had a terrible date after a show in Miami where a pretty man, an acrobat, was in the audience and he took me out for ramen after the fact, and we were making out pretty good. And then the ramen came, and he put the ramen in his mouth, and then he spit it into my mouth while we were kissing, and that was a big no for me. So I made up a lie and left. But that ramen was gas.
Did you pay for it?
He paid for it.
Oh.
Baby, I'm a bottom.
Liv, you're gonna do makeup? But please start with name. How do you pronounce it?
Thank you so much, Ryan.
What the fuck is written here?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be doing some Yadu makeup today. Yadu makeup is actually from Japan, but in Japan it's inspired by American 2000s makeup. So we're bringing it from America to Japan, back to America.
Cross culture.
So the first thing I'm going to need everyone to do is put on your little headbands that I have assigned to you. Everyone should have a little headband. Put it on your noggin. Make sure your hair is out of the way.
I do enough drag.
Is this good or?
All right, so now that our hair is out of the way, the first thing we are going to do is we're going to put on some contour. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our blender, and then we're just going to very lightly apply the contour, very lightly, very demure, very mindful. And you only need a little bit, and a little bit does go a long way.
Hell yeah.
And then with the other side of your blender or with your fingers, you can just blend it out. And make sure it looks natural.
Teacher, what happens if I already look like shit?
How we fix this?
This is not making me look bad.
You all look so great.
What happens if you build like Squidward?
My God, I do look sunburned.
With like, I did it wrong.
Saying, I swear to God, I dated a woman look just like her.
Is it this one?
It's the purple brush she supplied you.
The purple brush, Jen.
It looks like my grandmother.
So we're gonna apply that on our eyeball.
Which one?
Inside the eyeball?
No,
In-
on the eyelid.
Okay, what goes in our eye? We
Goes in our
hide
eyes,
what we
tell
put inside
me.
our eyes.
I'm gonna get it out of the
We
way.
know something goes in your eye.
Nothing goes in your eye.
Why
We
not?
know what it does. I just don't get what this is.
No,
Hell
just
yeah.
trust the process. Trust
I'm
the process.
trying.
I'm trusting the process. You know, I'm staying in my lane. You know, I'm keeping myself.
How are we doing, chat?
I think I am spectacular.
I'm just gonna use my finger.
I just gave up and did like football paint.
I kind of did a little teardrop, which I think is cool.
Wow, you're pretty SoundCloud rapper.
Do I?
Buffalo Bill.
That's awesome.
Preston, you
That's
look
about
like
it.
you look like British royalty right now.
He does.
You got that powdered ass face.
All right.
Okay. I think.
Oh, beautiful. And then you're just going to draw some eyelashes. And the nice thing about this is they can be any thickness or length you want. All right, we're almost done. Don't worry, guys.
We're almost done. This is how I'm supposed to look. That doesn't sound right. I'm trusting up.
It all comes together in the end.
It's almost, that's like
It's just the way life
Now
works.
we're going to make a little triangle next to our eye for some wing eyeliner.
Yo,
3D cube,
dragon, dog. That's tight.
Yo, that's badass, dude.
Full ass dragon.
Hell yeah, dog. Yo, it's like Game of Thrones up in
if I
here.
need a mesh over here.
I'm seeing my girlfriend after this.
There's the
Oh, she's
makeup
gonna
removal
love it.
wipe, man.
You look great.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, and last but not least, we have some lipstick for you guys. Just put that on and you're ready to take the town.
perfectionism that was
Boom.
profound.
Lips.
All right, everyone strike a pose.
Hang on, I gotta look hard.
So, girl.
Yo, can I give you a money spread?
All right, and that's it for my segment.
Guys, that's the end of our show. Thanks for watching Gen Z Talking. To appear on future episodes, please go to genztalking.com and smash that apply button. For Preston Canterman and our 6 guests, I'm Ryan Palmer. Thank you for watching Gen Z Talking. Woo!
Yeah, to the yin